parking brakes release. So going up to the taxi line. Yeah, I gotta get that rudder pedal checked out again. Stop right here. Then I key to make San Marcos Tower, November 821, Papa Sierra, holding short runway 8, westbound departure or eastbound departure. And then they clear us for takeoff. And this is when I note the time. Time off is 15:20. Double check flaps. I gotta put the landing flaps there. Yeah, I need to add that definitely to my checklist. Takeoff flaps. Clear on the left, clear on the right. So we know the wind is coming from the left, the strong wind from the left. So I'll put the aileron into the wind. Yep, strong crosswind. Alright. Gear up. Turning on course. Navigate. Autopilot.
Attention all aircraft. San Marcos Municipal Information Romeo current. Altimeter 2, 6.
Okay, you gotta go here again. Navigate, autopilot, altitude. Throttle it back here. And 90%. Looks like it's kind of bumpy. All right, so this is going to go ahead and put a song on that suitable for this route of flight.
Key, San Marcos. I'm gonna miss this place. But I got one more climb to make before I leave. Yeah. Live. Left the ramp of Kai, pointed toward the east, but I got the take a moment, got to pay my respects to the feast. Texas, you got a way of grabbing a hold of a man. From the smell of mesquite smoke across 1,000 acres of land. That barbecue aroma, it'll pull you right off the street. Where the brisket's so tender, it'll make your taste buds weep. And you can't forget the Tejano, that's a whole nother art. Where a mama in the kitchen's been cooking from the heart. Generations of recipes, no chain can replicate that authentic flavor, man, it's worth the extra weight. Climbing out of Texas, the air's a little thick. Not just the humidity, it's the brisket that did the trick. A little heavier on the climb, a little slower on the rate. But that's the price of eating great in the Lone Star State. Leaving Texas, but I'm taking the
put that
taste.
nose
That
down,
mesquite
son.
smoke, that warm embrace. From the hill country skies to the Gulf Coast line. Texas, you're one of a kind. Leaving Texas, but the memories stay. The friendly faces, the southern way. Those sayings you only hear in this place. Texas, I'll miss you great. You got your fixin' to and your y'all come back now. You bless your heart and your howdy how. Where a stranger's just a friend you haven't met. And hospitality's a debt that hasn't been paid yet. I flew over the Space Museum and felt that history below. The spirit of discovery everywhere you go. From the Alamo shadow to the NASA glow. Texas, you got a way of stealing the show. And I can't forget the food, that's the real headline. Tejano Mama's kitchen where the flavors combine. Serving up tradition on a plate so fine. Man, I'm gonna miss that every single time. Climbing out of Texas, the air's a little thick. Not just the humidity, it's the brisket that did the trick. A little heavier on the climb, a little slower on the rate. But that's the price of eating great in the Lone Star State. Leaving Texas, but I'm taking the taste. The mesquite smoke, that warm embrace. From the hill country skies to the Gulf Coast line. Texas, you're one of a kind. Leaving Texas, but the memories stay. The friendly faces, the southern way. Those sayings you only hear in this place. Texas, I'll miss you great. And when I'm climbing through 15.5 with the Texas border fading from my eyes, I think of that hospitality, that down-home style, and the people who made me feel welcome for a while. Texas, you're a state of mind, one of the best I'll ever find. Leaving Texas, but I'm taking the taste. That mesquite smoke, that warm embrace. From the hill country skies to the Gulf Coast line. Texas, you're one of a kind. Leaving Texas, but the memories stay. The friendly faces, the southern way. Those sayings you only hear in this place. Texas, I'll miss you great. Texas, you were good to me. Seeds is waiting, but I'm carrying a piece of you with me.
So we're gonna So we're gonna level off at 11,500 feet. And you can see us if you joined us for the last videos, you see that the landscape is quite different here. Uh, San Marcos, we flew out of the mountains. Well, we got into the flatlands of Texas there, but all the way up to Texas there, it was pretty flat. I mean, no, it was pretty mountainous. And so you see here, trying to keep us at a lower altitude without being too low because we want to take full advantage of the ground speed. And depending on what we encounter, I may decide to go even higher. So we're approaching 10,000 feet. We're at 10,000 feet. As I'm going to go ahead and turn the landing light off. I see the yeah. So we have the landing light still cutting up. I'll fix that. So now we just have the position and the strobe light on. And it's a 1,000-foot warning that we're coming up on our designated altitude. So we departed the San Marcos airport there. You know, Texas, the Lone Star State, and just fun fact there is we know Texas is the Lone Star State, but it's the largest. It's the second largest state in the United States by both area and population. The capital is Austin, which we was near, and but it's the largest city. But its largest city is actually in Houston, which that's gonna be off to our right, our left side. So one of the things, if you go through Texas, you gotta, you absolutely gotta try the barbecue. That's amongst other things. So you got it's I can't, words can't describe it. The barbecue, it's brisket, pork ribs, beef ribs. I really wasn't a big fan of beef ribs until I was in Texas. Texas has some really um, melt in your mouth beef ribs. I'd never seen beef ribs that fall off the bone in until Texas. So I kind of stayed away from them because I'm thinking, oh, okay, yeah, I like brisket. Yeah, big fan of that. But I shied away from it. And then I saw a menu combo. It had a combination of everything: pork ribs, beef ribs, brisket, chicken, sausage. And then I thought that I was gonna bite into that beef rib, but that rib just kind of the bone. I picked it up and the meat kind of fell off the bone. So you got to try that. Then there's a lot of there's different cultures there. There's you have your Hispanic community. Um, if you ever wanted to see what a tamale tastes like, try it in Texas. Now I hear where we're going there. I hear they have some good tamales as well. They're known for their tamales, but I always viewed that as something that was for the holidays. But you go to Texas, you can get a tamale any day of the year. And whereas in California, it seems like okay, the only way you get a tamale is to make it yourself or wait for Christmas. But while stationed in Texas, in Corpus Christi, I was fortunate enough to have a coworker. She always brought in for everyone that she sold them to homemade tamales. So you can't beat somebody's mama in the kitchen cranking out tamales. And you have restaurants. There are family-owned a lot of family-owned restaurants there. So that's where you want to go. So not so much mainstream restaurants because they're going to go by generic recipe. But you go into a Hispanic restaurant in Texas, somebody's mama is in that kitchen throwing down, and you're going to be able to tell the difference in it. Because somebody's mama is using the recipe that was given to them by their mamas. So somebody's mama is cooking somebody's grandmama's recipe. You can't beat that. Get distracted talking about tamales here. So we're at 11,500 feet now. And ground speed is 160, so that's what I estimated. And the scenery is much the same. Left view. So a lot of flatlands and clouds, and we are, let's say, right between two layers of clouds. How cool is that? So we're below the clouds above us. So we're still VFR, and on top is like a scattered to broken, and definitely broken down below us. Let me let you see this, how this looks here. You see that we have that layer on top, but we're far enough below it to where we're legal. Then I'm going to go to the right, show you the right, what it looks like on the right.